I heard this quote a long time ago, but it's something that I think of over and over again, especially when I kind of reflect on the question or think about the question. It's like, what does success mean to you? Because if you asked me this like years and years ago, like I obviously would have I've talked about like that list, that like logical list that we are led to believe, or I don't know. It was like this unsaid list of, uni, job, find someone, marry someone, babies, house, or whatever, like maybe not in that order. Like I had like, and the thing is, this list is like there's a certain order because COVID actually messed up. We had a baby like before getting married because we were meant to get married like before the baby. And that was like so like now who gives a shit? Like as in it literally makes no difference. This is the thing is we have this list and we think this is like the holy grail of what success should be, and having enough money and then travel this many times a year and have the money and the car and the everything. And soon after we get those things, and we might feel that dopamine hit when we get it, we might be like, yeah, but it's like it runs out and you're kind of like, yeah, this isn't it. What's the next thing? I was thinking this morning, I was putting on runners that I remember I wanted these runners and I saw them and I was like, I want those. And like it creates this like desire, like the not having it is like you have this desire and you want them and you think, when I have them, like I will feel better, And I did get them and I was like, loving my new runners for a while, and I was putting them on this morning and I was wearing them like going up the mucky coast. And I was just like, yeah, it's like the feeling wears off. Anything that we're looking for outside of ourselves to make us feel a certain way, just know that when you get it, that feeling will wear off. Because I think when you realize more what life's about, it's about giving yourself that allowing yourself to feel that way before you even have the thing. Can you just feel that way right now? And this was a changing point. When I was in a job that I didn't like, and I had such a fear of leaving, of like my whole life will crumble if I don't, because I had this like, I need to keep it all together. I need to this list, I've worked so hard for this. That's the sunk cost fallacy. And it's like you perceive things as I've put, you would rather stay in something and maintain it, what you have, even though it doesn't like feel good, because you think I've put so much energy, time, money into this. But you have to think of like of your life. It's like, but what is it costing you if you're not happy, if this isn't fulfilling, if this is not what you actually want, if it's not making you feel inside like how you want to feel, it's like it's actually costing you. Like you're worried about what you've put into it. It's like, no, that's what it cost you to like learn the lesson. That's what it cost you to have the realization of like, oh, okay, no, I don't want this. Sorry. Like I tried that didn't work. There's no such thing as failure. It's only learning lessons. Like we've only learned the lesson. We've become someone who realizes, oh, that actually wasn't for me. Okay, well, I could stay putting the money, time, resources into the thing I don't want, which is what I did. Which is why it cost me my health and a nervy bee. Or it's like I could take the lessons, know that all of that I paid for the lesson. We pay for lessons all the time. We pay for people to teach us stuff. It's like, okay, I paid that tax on this is what I don't want. Thank you, life, for showing me that, so that I could choose what I did. So that when I recognized what I did want, it was like hit me like a brick, because I was so aware of what I didn't want. We've gone into another thing there, but I'm saying that's the look it up, the sunk cost fallacy. And it's just that the more we put into something, and this goes for relationships as well, friendships, partners, like just anything, living somewhere, you're like, oh, it took so much for me to get here, that we're so attached to what we've put into it that we're unwilling to let it go for like maybe something better because it's unknown, because you think you've put so much into this that you don't want to lose it, but that's just a scarcity mindset. We have to be willing to let go of that and know that what we paid in energy, time, resources, and money into that thing has got us to here, got us to this realization, and that this isn't it. And that's the real, like, that is what you were meant to learn from that. So you can cut your losses and choose the new and know that it will bring something better, but you have to be willing to like let go of it. Anyway, the quote, what I'm talking about here, what was I talking about? Ah, yes, is that like we keep wanting external things. Like even we think when I get healthy, then I can feel healthy. When I get fit and have the body I want, then I can feel attractive enough, whole. What else would that give me? When I'm confident, um, you know, when I get this far in my career, then I will feel successful, then I will feel fulfilled, then I will feel enough. That's it, that is your ego. Okay, that is your survival brain just completely tricking you. Because no, it won't. If you don't feel enough in the process, you're not going to feel enough when you get there. You might get a dopamine high for a little bit. I like, sorry, I've just got like a memory come back. I don't know where this is going, but I'll bring it up. Is like I did 5 years dentistry, like studying dentistry, graduated, and I think back to like how I felt when I did that, and it was like, yay, we did it. And then it's like done, like you just think that's going to make you feel a certain way, and it maybe it does for a second, or maybe it doesn't at all. um and then it's just on to the next thing. So it's like however you want to feel, can you allow yourself to feel it right now? And if not, why not? What conditions are you putting on yourself to not feel peace right now? What are you like? I can't feel peace because, and all of that because is a limiting belief. I can't feel peace now until what? That's all a limiting belief, because you can. And I just thought a while ago, yeah, I had this like hypnosis session done where they were asking these like coaching questions and stuff that I now ask my clients and ask myself daily. Um, and one was like, I was suffering so bad in this job that like I did not want to be in, and I just, all I wanted was this like sense of like peace. I could not be at peace. I was so anxious every day. I was so stressed, and like knowing I wanted to leave, knowing that's not what I wanted, like hardcore knowing this isn't for me, and yet so scared to leave, like to take the leap. And I remember, yeah, being on this call, and it was just like I could not like couldn't like tap into the anxiety now, like kind of like breathe when anxiety. I was waking up anxious, just this thread of anxiety like through my day, this dread. Um and you go into it and then look for like, so what are the feelings you want to feel, getting clear on those values. And it's like visualizing like how ideally how would you like life to be, and then why, how does that make you feel, like what do you want, going to those places in your mind where you felt peace, or where you felt freedom, where you felt pure health, when you felt healthy, when you felt joy, when you felt grateful, like going to those places in your mind and then like tapping into that feeling. And It was like, how will you feel when you're like not doing this, when you're not living this life? And then, saying like, I'll feel peace, I'll feel free, things like that. And she was just like, but can you feel that right now? And it was like the ego, when I let my mind get in the way, my mind was like, no, 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 we can't. Yet, could you close your eyes, bring yourself to that place where you felt peaceful, real or imaginary, whatever. There are those spaces, those times where you think back and you're like, I felt that feeling. And yet when you do that visualization, you can feel it. So therefore, yes, you can feel it. You have the ability. Your mind and your ego is just not allowing you. But that's also not true, because you are the master of that. You have just left your mind and ego think that it's the boss, but you're the boss. So if you really want to feel peace, you can. You can do that. It's this piece of hair. Never mind. Let's just ignore that. Um, where is that going? That's probably my ego trying to distract me from getting to maybe a really clear point here. So this quote just defines it perfectly. It's like, if you spend your time chasing butterflies, i.e., chasing the external things, thinking they're going to give you the feeling. If you spend your time chasing butterflies, they will fly away. But if you spend your time building a beautiful garden, they will come to you. Mario Quintana. So the beautiful garden is inside. Okay. If you cultivate those feelings without any external circumstances, if you can be good with it and be good without it, then the butterflies will come to you. The things you're chasing will come to you. They may not come in the way your brain wants them to come, but you will know. Don't matter, because you will feel it. Okay. And that's what life is about. It's not about the car. It's not about the certain career ladder. It's not about the relationship. It's about the feeling that gives you. Okay. Like I said, if somebody gave you $1 million, but like, how would that make you feel? Now, if they gave you $1 million and said you couldn't spend it, it's like, you have it, but suddenly it's like, oh, that feeling. Like, it's not you want what money's going to give you. What's it going to give you? A sense of freedom, a sense of security, a sense of safety, a sense of whatever you spend that money on. Like, that's going to then give you the feeling. So you don't want the money, you want the feeling that money's going to give you or allow you to have. By number one, just having it makes you feel secure. But if you have it, you can't spend it. Well, now suddenly we don't feel that secure. We don't feel that free, do we? Because it's like, okay, I have it, I can't spend it. So you think, okay, so I want the holiday or the clothes or the house or whatever you want to spend your money on. But it's not those things either, because you can go on holiday, and if you go and you're not in a good state, like, have you ever been somewhere, your husband gets Bali belly? Oh yeah, me and Jeff, we were in Bali, and COVID like shut down. So I was there, like, love travel, definitely a highlight, definitely, up there on like things I want to do, things I enjoy to do, that give me like that sense of freedom and that sense of like learning and expansion and things like that, and make me feel good. But also I've been on holidays and they did not feel good, because of the circumstance, as in, again, it's like, I was where, like, I visualize, okay, I thought this would give me this feeling. However, when the borders are going to close because of COVID and you're kind of stressed, and then Jeff gets a cough from the aircon and we think we're not getting on the plane because they're going to think he has COVID. So he's like suppressing his cough. He's like, he's like, I'm fine. That was that like manic March 2020. Oh my God, is YouTube going to like blacklist me for using the C word? I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it politically. I'm on about. Um. Anyway, it'll be what it'll be. But suddenly, like that holiday was like not really the whole freedom, like, yay, I'm on holiday, drink some margaritas, like whatever feeling that what like you want from that. We were like, oh, do not leave the hotel room in case we get the C word, and then we can't get on the plane to go back home, and then our borders close, and then we're stuck in Bali. So suddenly we had fear instead. Yet I had the thing I thought I wanted, but and also on the flip side of that, could you have still made it a vibe? Could we have still allowed ourselves to feel those feelings there despite that happening? Yes. But at the time I didn't know as I didn't know this as much. Um, but if you spend your time building a beautiful garden, so that means getting in the state, getting in the vibe, feeling the feelings now that you want to feel anyway. What is stopping you feeling them now? We waste our whole lives waiting, putting conditions on our happiness, putting conditions on our sense of peace, putting conditions on like even health. So okay, and believe me, I've been here, I've been here with the health thing. It is hard when it is your body, when you feel like sick, and I was like burnt out and had these, a lot of my suffering was called, yes, that was not comfortable. Yes, like would rather not have been there. However, a lot of my suffering was caused by my resistance to being there, what it meant about me. So, yeah, I had a lack of energy. I didn't feel well. I was like nauseous, had gut symptoms, had no energy, like period was a nightmare, kind of felt like quite depressed and anxious. But I know now, so when I kind of feel a bit lower vibe now, it's like how much can I just accept be okay, this is happening. How much can I just accept it instead of resist it? So I created way more suffering for myself. I prolonged that illness because when I was feeling like that, I was adding legs and tails to the story. So right now, yes, my health is in this condition, but a lot of my suffering was like, oh my God, who am I when I'm like this? What will people think? Now I can't do the things that I think make me worthy. I can't hold all the shit together. I can't keep going out there and doing a job that I hate, even though I've done it for so many years. I like can't do it anymore because I don't have the energy. And what does that mean about me? That does that mean I'm a failure? I'm not good enough? I'm weak? I'm lazy? Like my health was so bad. I had rashes. I had rash. I would like I couldn't even like get out of bed. And yet I was like, I am so lazy because I can't get up and do things that I hate. Like keep living this life that I don't want to live. Like I'm so lazy for not doing that. But these are the stories I told myself. And I get it in that, like maybe, yeah, I'm not full of energy, or if I wanted to feel healthy, like I couldn't actually physically maybe do that. But I could have had the thoughts of like, I am enough. Like I know I'm worthy. This is just a moment in time. This is just a phase. It's safe for me to rest. It's safe for me to look after myself. It's safe for me to prioritize myself. And yet, if I had been of that mindset, number one, I would have got better much sooner and put my body in a state of more healing. Instead, I fought against it. Like, why am I like this? Why has this happened? Um, how do I fix myself? How do I fix myself so that like I don't have to like feel like this, so that you know I can just be normal, be normal again. Like I couldn't socialite, like I was like disassociating because I was so depressed, and like I couldn't do the like small talk, and I couldn't do the people like pretending like you're fine when you were not fine. um and that was all draining my energy more. But if I could have just been in the state of like honoring where I was at, but also how could I adapt like the mindset or the energy a bit of that person who was already okay. Do you know what I mean? I didn't need to do the same thing. I didn't have the energy or capacity to do the same things. But if I could, you can in your mind, just like that feeling of like, go to those places, those times where you felt however you want to feel, safe, peaceful, free, joy, gratitude, contentment. How else am I want to feel? Like expanded, expansive, like as in whatever it is, I could have laid there and felt like that instead of feeling not good enough, instead of feeling all that fear and lack and not good enough and urgency and pressure I put on myself and frustration and anger for where I was. And again, when you understand emotions, they were coming up for a reason. They were coming up because it's like, have a look at these are inside you. Like, what do we want to do with them? Do we want to make them ours? Do we want to grab onto them and keep them? Or do we want to let them go and replace them? And when you allow yourself to feel the feelings you want to feel of like health, peace, joy, even in those circumstances, that's when you transmute the old because you've chosen differently. Um, and like I said, everything that you want, how you manifest it, is by feeling the feelings now, allowing yourself to feel the feelings now, and then they will come to you. And again, like I said, sometimes it mightn't be the exact thing, but when you get the thing that you wanted by already having it internally, like you're good with it and you're good without it, can you feel the same feelings whether you have it or not? And that's the key to attracting it. And sometimes it doesn't come in the physical form you want. It might come in a different one, but it will be better, the same or better than what you probably imagined. But it shouldn't change you too much internally because you already felt that feeling inside. I think of a manifestation, definitely manifested it, was like a holiday like a year ago. And I was like really using that like feeling the feelings before, like listening to music that helped me feel that way, and just trying to in my day-to-day life be like, how would I feel anyway if I had those things, and like tapping into those. And then it happened, and it was just, you're just like, I knew it. Like I knew I was going to get this. Like, isn't it doesn't change you too much. And yes, you can be like, yay, or like if it's an achievement or something you want or something, you can celebrate it, but it really internally, or you should celebrate it. Sorry, you should celebrate it, to build evidence for your brain. See, I knew this was for us. I knew we could have that, but we also didn't need it because we also had the feelings of it inside anyway. Like I felt it shouldn't change your state too much. If you need something external to change your state, that's very shaky ground. That's you will always be trying to chase the butterflies, and yeah, you might like catch one for a second, and feel like, yeah, I caught one, but then you'll be like looking for the next one, and that's when you chase things outside of yourself. And I am always in this put it's always about reminding yourself that, because we will get caught up, our ego and our survival brain will always try and make you look like outside yourself because that's safety to it. But it's like, can you reassure yourself, but I already have it. I already have that feeling. And I may not have the physical thing yet, but it doesn't matter. I can still feel health, joy, expansion, peace, whatever it is now. But the body, I'm telling you, like feeling how you will feel when you get the body of your dreams or your ideal weight or your goal weight, goal body, whatever it is, feel the feelings now. Like allow yourself, get clear on, why do I want this? Like, what will it give me internally? How will it make me feel? And then find ways in your day, or just meditate and feel, like visualize it and see it and stay in that energy. How do they make their food? How do they approach, what's their relationship to the workout? How will they feel? What are they thinking when they look in the mirror? How are they feeling when they look in the mirror? And train yourself to do that. And the first time you do it, you might get the feeling of like, not good enough or whatever. keep doing it every day. Look in the mirror. And if you need to do a visualization beforehand and get into that state, just keep doing that and allow yourself to feel the feelings now. Because at the end of the day, if you keep going and you get what you want, if you, like I said, you will either not feel the way you want to feel, you'll have what you want and you'll think it's not good enough, or you'll get there and you'll feel proud of yourself, or you'll feel peace or satisfied for a moment. And if you actually haven't trained your body to feel peace and satisfaction and contentment and joy, if you haven't trained your body to feel that, you, the, the external thing is not going to give it to you long term. You'll get a dopamine hit, you'll get that hit of like, yeah, I'm here, but there'll be something else that will make you feel the old feelings, the ones of like not good enough. And it may not be in that area of life, it may be another area, but can you train yourself to feel the feelings now? And that's when you build a beautiful garden and they will come to you. And then I heard someone else say, and if they don't, you've still got a beautiful garden. So if you don't get exactly the thing you want physically, it's like, it doesn't matter if you already feel like that. If you feel like you're on a holiday every day of your life because you allow yourself to feel those feelings, do you really need the physical holiday? And you will get that, because when you're in that energy, you attract more of that energy to you. But also, if you already feel that way, you don't need anything outside yourself to change how you feel. You've already reached it. And this doesn't mean like, oh, I feel like this, so I'm going to do fuck all. It's like I feel so good. No, it's like when you've got that much energy, when you are in that abundance mindset, when you are satisfied and peaceful, you will do the things more that make you feel like that. And those things are usually of a giving manner, of a contribution. But that contribution also feels like receiving. But when we're giving from lack and scarcity, that feels like it's taking our energy. But when you get in that frequency of the feelings you want to feel and you give from that or contribute from that, it just feels like an extension of you. It doesn't feel like you're doing something outside of yourself. It feels like doing something you like want to do. And therefore it gives you energy because you're doing it in alignment, like you're doing it out of that energy, so it gives you more of that energy back. Whereas when you do things out of fear, if I have to do this, I should do this, I better do this or else something bad's going to happen, or I should do this so then I can feel the feeling, it's like you're constantly chasing that, so it will give you more of that, it'll give you more chasing, it'll give you more separation from what you want. So yes, this was something yeah, that quote came up again this morning. And then I listened to something that Eckhart Tolle was saying, and it was more of the same. So then I felt like giving my own 2 cents on it. So I hope that was helpful. And let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, talk to you soon.